You know, I agree with the majority. And shout out to my sources over on TikTok for bringing this to my attention. And yes, we all getting sick and tired of these dumb broads trying to use the red pill as a crutch of why their relationships and their marriages fail. Oh, your relationship that didn't work out? Blame the red pill. Oh, you got divorced from your marriage? Blame the red pill. Well, let me go ahead and say this shit right here, right now. Ladies, the red pill is not responsible for your fucked up relationships and your marriages. It damn sure ain't responsible for your broken relationships and marriages. So stop trying to blame the red pill over your own fucking problems. In which we got to listen to this retarded fuck shit. Shout out to Anton Daniels. I'll leave the link to his full video in the comment section. Go check it out. But enough of me talking. Let's get on with this showing.
I just went down the rabbit hole of red pill content, and it's so crazy because the men who watch red pill content, they all have this same outlook where even if abuse is happening in the relationship, usually they're the abusers, right? That you have to stick around.
I beg your pardon, ma'am? I beg your pardon. Where did you get that? Where did you get your claims from? A Cracker Jack box? Is this what you think? What in the blue hell made your four eyes think that, oh, the red pill is all about abusing women? No, it ain't. And it's always ironic. You hear these wannabe psychologists, wannabe therapists over on TikTok who claims that they dive deep into the red pill and still don't know what the fuck they talking about. Apparently she don't, if she thinks that, oh, the vast majority of men who listen to red pill are abusive. And by the way, good job. She did a good job making such a retarded fuck-ass generalization, as if each and every man that's in the red pill are abusive. Now, suppose if a man turns right back around and call her a straight-up slut who sells her body to other men, which, of course, is also a generalization, that she'll be the main one that's going to get offended by that. Well, it's the same in this situation, too. You can't make a generalization and expect not to get pushback. But let's continue.
And you're taking the easy way out by getting a divorce. The easy way out. That is the easy way out. And, people today, they can't stick it out and be strong and, create a marriage that's strong. They can't get through the tough times. The thing they don't understand.
So, ma'am, why didn't your marriage work out? Why didn't you toughen out your marriage? Why didn't your marriage didn't last long? The irony in that statement. No, the sheer irony in that statement. You talking about how marriages is supposed to last, while at the same time, aren't you the same one blaming red pill for why your marriage failed? Isn't you the same one trying to blame the red pill community over your failed marriage? Oh man, the irony is endless. Let's continue.
This isn't tough times they're putting us through, a lot of these men. It's straight up abuse, okay? There is a difference between going through hard times in a marriage and going through abuse.
And may I ask, What kind of abuse? And furthermore, who in the red pill community is claiming that abuse is hard times? I haven't heard a single soul in the red pill community ever say that. But back to my first question. What kind of abuse, ma'am? Is it physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse? But then again, I highly doubt you even know what kind of abuse it is. That's why you're just saying abuse as if I just say abuse, then that covers everything. But let's continue.
There's a difference, but these guys who watch the red pill content, they don't understand that. They look at abuse as just going through hard times. No, you're being abusive. There is a huge difference. They don't get it. They don't get it. Just stick.
Said not a single man in the red pill space ever, but this is what you, ma'am, want everybody to believe. And it's clear to see that you don't get the red pill, but you're speaking on it as if, oh, I know all about the red pill. The red pill is about these men being abusive. Man, have several seats. Because if that's all you got out of it, after you claim you deep dived into the red pill, then we already know you're full of shit. Let's continue.
Get out.
So let me first just dismiss this whole notion that she's lying.
Obviously.
You come on here and just definitively say somebody is just lying flat out through their teeth. But in this instance, because everybody usually believes that they're right, but when you actually look at the title, and the title of her video is "The Red Pill Destroyed Her Marriage," right? Red pill content has destroyed her marriage. Now, I don't know the ins and outs.
And need a reminder, the red pill is not responsible for your destroyed marriage, ma'am. The red pill is not responsible for y'all dumb broads' failed relationships and failed marriage. So we don't want to hear, the red pill destroyed my marriage. Oh, the red pill destroyed my relationship. The red pill ain't got shit to do with your personal life, ma'am. That is a you and your ex problem, not a red pill problem. Whatever problems y'all had in y'all relationships and y'all marriage, y'all need to sort that out instead of looking for other people or groups to blame. Out the gate. Let's continue.
Out to the details of her marriage, so I'm not going to speak on that. But she decided to upload this publicly, and I think that, every once in a while, somebody sends me one of these videos, and I have to go ahead and dispel a lot of these myths as this woman says that she's going down this rabbit hole of red pill content. So, first of all,
so-called,
and this is the biggest point, because this is the biggest point that she was making inside of her video. Nobody advocates for anybody to stay through abuse. Now, I also understand that women define abuse differently depending on who you're talking to. Some of them say financial abuse. Some of them say emotional abuse. Some of them say, mental abuse. And then obviously we have the king of them all, physical abuse. Now, because we have such a broad range and spectrum of people to use different definitions depending on how they feel at the time, I'm not going to substantiate that, but we're just going to take it on the surface. Physical abuse is always a reason to leave, and I don't know anybody, not one man on the internet, not one man in real life, that says that you are supposed to stay through physical abuse. If she is talking to that, she is at...
Not a single one. Not a single man on the face of the earth is telling dumb broads like her to stay through any kind of abuse. And guess what else? The red pill damn sure ain't telling her to stay through any kind of abuse. This is something that she's saying in order to, as a coping mechanism to why her marriage is destroyed. Yes, I call it cope. She needs someone or some group to blame. But I digress. Let's continue.
Absolutely wrong. Flat out. Under no circumstances, if somebody, and guys say this all the time, I know I know personally most of the guys that would define themselves as red pill. Now I'm going to go through the whole gamut and explain to you exactly what red pill is so that you are not confused by these people that are bitter at the fact that they lost their marriage to the fact that they were not what they were supposed to be, but instead they want to blame it on the internet instead of taking ownership and accountability for the situation that they're either leaving or they put themselves into. Okay, so
blame everybody but themselves for why their marriage failed. As if it's the red pill's fault that her marriage is destroyed. No, ma'am, you're not going to use the red pill as your scapegoat for why your marriage got destroyed. That is between you and whoever fool married you. Let's continue.